Oh boy. All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, and we're out of focus right at the beginning. Isn't that great? That is so awesome when that happens. But anyway, it'll catch up in just a second. So say hello to Ren and Stimpy and Powder Toast Man and Login TV, and let's get started. And I just realized, I think I said week in review. This is month in review for November, and this is not live. I'm out of town, so I am recording this on Wednesday, and somebody got out of bed early to help me. You like that? Nothing like starting a stream. It wouldn't be a nice fast stream if there wasn't some kind of drama, some kind of technical drama right at the beginning or somewhere. There's got to be something terrible. But welcome, Mr. Big Red, Mr. JB.
Hi.
Good to see you. Your patch wall is getting is filling up, man.
It's growing.
It is growing. Yeah, it's doing really good.
It's not doing too bad.
No, it's doing good. I mean, that's, if you think about the way they're lined up, that's a lot of patches. It really is.
Yeah, well, I've been accused of being a little too OCD about things, but I'm trying to use all the available space. That's what I'm trying to do.
Of course.
So, of course,
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
it's like my ammo box over here. I mean, some of them overlap a little. There's little ones tucked in there. I mean, come on.
Oh, now trust me, on my locker at work, they definitely overlap. They have to.
Yeah, I bet I've seen that. You've got a ton of them. So,
and I think somebody actually asked me here a while back, and I counted, and I'm pretty sure I made it over 250. So there's quite a few stickers on that locker.
That's crazy, and that's just on the one locker.
Yeah, it's a double. It's the double doored. Okay. It's a double doored locker, but
still,
and there's not much space left. It's getting. So if somebody wants their sticker, make sure it's little.
Better hurry.
I got some little spots to fill up. So yeah.
And you better hurry if you want it on there.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool how that's ended up.
That is awesome.
I know. Yeah.
Well, it's November of 2022, and November's like tomorrow's December, and by the time people are watching this, they're already a day and a half into December, which is insane to me. Feels like this year has gone by fast. Now, I'm going to be honest, JB, and you won't be surprised by this because this is a pretty typical thing for me. My notes on November over here are very sparse. I've been working all morning. Haven't had time to make notes, so we're just going to do this on the fly. But what fun would it be if I actually prepared? I mean, wouldn't be any fun. I think it's funny. Brian from Blue Creek is getting double coverage here on this live stream. I like it.
Yeah.
I just ordered these same hats. From the same company, same brand, everything, of a few Tempest hats.
Oh, yeah?
I'm starting to get prepared for Blade Show next year.
There you go.
And so I've ordered those, and I'm going to order some shirts, and I'm ordering a tablecloth and the banner and all that stuff that you need to do a booth. And Brian inspired me. I like the black on this one, so I'm doing black with white tornado and a white Tempest letters. And
yeah, these are pretty nice hats.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
and it's a good size for me. A lot of times people get these fitted ones and they're too small or too big or whatever. Yeah. We'll see how they hold up over time. The problem I always have with stretchy hats is they tend to, on the bald head, no friction up there like holding it on. They tend to start stretching and then the wind will blow it off your head and all that. So we'll see how that works. But it's a lot better than the trucker hats. I don't, you're bald. It's cold outside. I am not. And by the way, you had snow yesterday. Is that dirty, nasty stuff out of there, or is it still coming down?
No, it's not. It quit. I think we probably got overnight throughout the night. I think we got about 4 inches all together.
Well, you're going to see that for a couple of days then.
Well, the base here where I work, the actual base, it ended up closing down here just a little while ago because, it was that heavy, wet snow.
Right.
And every time we get that type of snow,
it turns into ice.
Well, no, it takes trees down.
That's right. You told me that
It takes
last year. I
because
remember
we have all these stupid alder trees around,
that.
and their only purpose is to grow really fast, die, fall over, and make topsoil. That's their whole
Yeah.
purpose in life. So when we get this heavy, wet snow, they break, snap. The gate that's closest to my house is closed because there's so many trees down right around the gate. So it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah. So they ended up just closing the base. So I'm thinking there's tons of trees down all over base.
Wow.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm getting
alders are
from.
the single ones that just go straight up, right? Yeah. So they
Well,
just,
yeah, they just die.
yeah,
That's their whole purpose in life is to die.
it's to
So
die.
it is. I mean,
Broke. Yeah.
well, we had one right here by the house, and it was probably, oh, I don't know, it was probably, you know, but this whole center part,
Was
at
rotten.
least that it was rotten all the way up, and I'm so
Oh,
glad I
goodness.
had that thing taken down.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I had when we it was kind of sad. We built we bought this lot, golly, 27, right about the time Bradley was born, my oldest, about 27 years ago, we bought this lot. And there was this ginormous maple tree, silver maple tree. And it was beautiful. I mean, it was 150, 160 feet tall, and it was like, you know, 60 feet wide probably. I mean, and by the way, when we cut it down, we measured, and I'll tell you why we cut it down in a minute, but we measured, and the stump was 6 feet across.
Holy
And what
crap!
it was it was several maples had grown together. And
Oh, okay.
so anyway, so it started, this was when Bradley was like 3 or 4 years old. It started dropping limbs. And
Mm-hmm.
when I say limbs, the limbs were
Mm-hmm.
that. And he would be out in the yard playing, and we'd hear thud, and it would go that far into the ground
Holy
because it fell. And yeah,
Widowmaker,
oh yeah. So
Widowmaker.
so I started calling tree services, and I'm thinking, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford to take this tree down. I mean, it's ridiculous. So started calling, and the first guy that came out was recommended by everybody in town, and da da da. And he shows up, and he goes, why do you want to cut it down? And I said, well, I think it's rotten. And so I showed him several places where you could see where it was blown out and rotten. And he's like, well, I'm not going to take this tree down. I won't do it. I said, excuse me. And he goes, well, I'm also a member of the Arbor Foundation. And this is I've seen this tree before you ever build here. And this is the largest maple tree in Virginia. It's the oldest and the largest maple tree in Virginia. And I'm like, it's not got a plaque on it. How do you know that? And he's like, he's like, I'm telling you, just by the size of it and everything else, I refuse to cut it down. And so then he gives me this quote. He walks out of goes back to his truck, comes back in my house, and he hands me this quote to wire this tree. And have you ever heard of they do that? They literally drill hooks into the tree, and then they put wires from limb to limb to limb and turn it into basically a spider web that's holding this tree together. And I'm like, and it was something like $15,000 to do this. And I'm like, have a nice day. You know, I just looked at him and I said, thank you for your concern. So I started calling, and I found all these others that were very willing to cut it down, but the prices were crazy. And this one guy shows up and he says, all right, here's what I'll take it down for. As long as I get the whole trunk from as low as I can cut it to the point that it's not a log anymore, I'll take this chunk and I can sell it because it's so huge.
Yeah.
And then I'll take it down. And he took it down. It was still like $2,000 or something.
Oh yeah.
But it was the cheapest. So he took it down, and we got inside of that thing, JB. And I'm not kidding. When he cut it down, and again, 6 feet across, probably 2 foot circle in the middle was completely rotten.
Oh yeah.
All the 10 to 15 feet up, it was rotten all the way up. And I'm like, okay, good thing I cut it. And but that stump stayed in my yard, and I'm still fighting with it, by the way, because it was so much underground that
Yeah.
even though I've gotten a stump out and it's covered, the ground is sinking because
Oh yeah.
So because you can imagine if it was that big, the root system was incredible. I didn't want to take it down because it was gorgeous. I mean, it was a beautiful, but it was just getting worse limbs were falling. And
Oh
anyway,
yeah.
how did
Well,
I get on that?
that's exactly what happened here to that with
It's
that
quite a
alder
story.
we had right by the house.
Yep.
If it, I knew it was rotten in the middle, and it lost a limb, but the limb
Yeah.
fell, but it fell right. I mean, we had a windstorm and it broke off, and the fence is here, and it fell like this.
Right.
Thank God it didn't take out the fence. And that was, I looked at the limb and I was like, yeah, this tree's got to go.
Yeah.
Because I don't want,
when you look
it was
right, when
6
you look
feet
at the
from the
limb
house.
and they're rotten, then the whole tree's it was rotten on the inside of all the limbs
yeah.
that were falling.
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them fell. One of them did hit my deck, but thankfully didn't damage much of anything. One picket, I think, and I fixed it. But it's, but it was sad because it was such a beautiful tree. I've got a picture of me holding my second son Tyler when he was like 2, and I'm standing in the middle of this stump, and I it just looks crazy, with the fallen log behind me. He came in with this big flatbed tractor trailer and a hook, and grabbed that whole and set it, and the trailer went like this. It was like it was ridiculous. So it was sad, but yeah. And it was great when we first moved in because I put a rope swing up on it, and Bradley for a couple of years there. But when limbs started falling, I'm like, nope,
time to go.
So yeah, and most of the guys that came out, except that one guy, were like, this needs to go. And I'm like, yeah. So anyway, so I don't know why we just spent 6 minutes talking about trees, but
yeah.
It was good. Anyway, to those of you watching this, I want to thank you for tuning in. Again, I love to do these live, but it's just not happening. So let's go ahead and talk about this. It will be the first Saturday of December. So I'm assuming, Mr. Big Red, are you planning on doing a early SKL on Saturday?
Planning, yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's
planning
the way it's going to be.
Unless work kicks you in the tail or something, but
yeah, hopefully that should not be an issue.
Yeah,
that should not be an issue. But yeah, we're definitely planning on doing an
so
early
if
one.
you're watching this on Friday, then tomorrow you will have BigRedEDC live at that would be 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And Monday night, of course, I have got KF live at 7:45. Now, guys, at 8 o'clock on Monday night, Brandon Corbin from Corbin Steelworks is going to be joining me. If you haven't checked out Brandon, he's really cool. He's doing he's a custom knife maker, and again, his work is expensive. I get it. But he's doing a collaboration right now with Null Knives. So you guys know the Raiden, and then we have the one that's crud. What's the one? Not the Raiden. Oh, come on. What's the one he just dropped? Just did the pre-order on Voodoo. So you have the Raiden and the Voodoo, and then the very next collab, and I'm assuming it's going to be, I'll find out Monday night. I'm assuming it's going to be a Best Tech, but the very next one is called the Grace, and that is a Brandon Corbin Steelworks design. So we're going to talk about that and all his custom work and all that stuff. So there you go. That's kind of a look at what we both got going on. But all right, JB, you get to start since I don't have. Yeah, not that you have notes either, but what did you have going on in November that we need to talk about? Well,
obviously we kicked off. Obviously, we kicked off November with the Knives Live, which was really awesome. It was fun. It's always fun, but I mean, when you get that many people together and can do something like that for 24 hours, and it's funny because we're together, but we're not together.
Right.
And that takes some.
The only way we're together is if we jump in each other's chats. But other than that, yeah.
It takes some coordination and
100%.
And I mean, everything that on Lefty's end, everything that he pulled together with the giveaways and all that stuff, which those giveaways were, gee, many Christmas. Yeah. Those things were crazy. He ended up with 5 of them, wasn't it?
5 packages. No, didn't he do a 6th one, like the Lefty one? He called it the Lefty raffle because he got.
He might have.
Stuff in. He might have. Yeah, I think it was 6, and they were about $1,000 a piece. Yeah. So, pretty, and some of them were well over that.
Right.
And it was really good. Now, here's the crazy thing. The crazy thing is, okay, well, let's talk two things. The first year we did this, we put it together in less than a month.
Right.
And we came up and we did it, and we did a pretty good job. And I think we raised something around $4,000 or $5,000 last year. And I think this year you guys killed it. It was over $7,000 raised for knife rights. Doug was on like 5 or 6 of the live streams. Maybe 7 or 8. I don't know.
Yeah,
but poor guy. I didn't even ask him when I heard that he was already scheduled to be on like 3 or 4. I'm like, okay, we're gonna leave that alone and let him go on those. Poor guy, but he did a phenomenal job, and I love how Zach asked him some kind of different questions. And, but there was some really good, and Doug's been on KF Live before, and we all kind of know, at least the community kind of knows what he's all about at this point. But the thing is, we're just trying to get the word out. So what I think is cool, I won't give all the ideas up, JB, but what's cool is in the chats, guys, we're already thinking and planning and talking about next year and how we can make it better and get the word out to more people. And I think that just shows that this community is behind what Doug is doing. And my favorite thing that Doug said, and I don't know what it is, JB, I think this about firearms a lot of the time, but I never really thought of it quite this way until Doug said it about knives. He said, every knife law in the books is dumb. We just need to get rid of all of them. So, most of the knife laws in this country are very old. They've been around for a long time, and not many of them actually have a good reason to be, in effect. So, so I love the way he said that there's not a good knife law. We just need no knife laws. That's, who knows if we'll ever get there, but
I doubt it.
Yeah. But at the same point, there's work to do, and they're doing it. They just got it done in Pennsylvania. They need to try again for you here in a little bit while and see if they can get Washington to.
Oh, that'll be a fight. What I can't understand is, well, I mean, I can understand it. I won't get into that deep, but like even 2-inch autos are legal in California. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I think obviously we know why the stilettos and stuff were illegal back in the day, because all the bad guys had them. That was a bad guy knife. It's just dumb. It needs to go away.
And I think it was movies and different things like that.
Oh yeah,
that really
absolutely,
absolutely. It's not. It's just okay. Again, I'm not going to go political here. We're not doing that. But it's just like I said, firearms. It's the same thing. It's most of the people that have knives, most of the people that have the firearms are going to be law-abiding citizens and do the right things with them. And there's always that element of people that would do something harmful. And I get it. And we react to the harmful element. Of course we do. But, it's just, I love that Doug's out there fighting. And I love being a part of that. So yeah, very good one to start with for sure. I just think we got more channels involved. It was awesome to see people like Shredder and I can't remember that didn't do them the previous year. I know Shane did one, Shane Gables. There was lots of people that were new, and I think we're looking to even expand that next year and have more channels involved. And I think that would be incredible. So it's I think it's been proven that it's not just about one channel, or we're all working together to make it happen, and I think that's super, super cool.
Oh yeah.
And again, that was definitely a big deal to see the community just come together. And I think this was late October, but there was the raffles and everything for Jason Brown, his family, his wife, and his daughter. And I think just watching the community come together and pour into that GoFundMe and then into Knife Right just proves we're not just bunch of goofballs here to talk knives. We're actual people living life and living it together as a community. So
yeah,
super cool. So,
yeah.
and by the way, thanks for what you did for Jason and his wife and having the raffle you were able to have. And you know, I appreciate that. So it's
Yeah,
what you do.
it ended up being way more than I ever thought it would be. Oh my goodness. You know,
Yeah.
Ed just kind of went nuts on that. And
Yep. He
I mean,
kind
it
of
was
did on
awesome.
the round table one too.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
very good. You know, it's him showing his love for the community, and I think that's really awesome. So,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what else in November. Well, I know you just went over 7,500 subs, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
You've done some really awesome Rosecraft giveaways this month, and you got another one coming up. What's that all about?
Oh yeah, they sent out all these Rosecraft knives, you know, when they first came out and stuff,
Right.
and I'm like, what in the world, you know, what am I going to do with all? I mean, yeah, am I going to give them away? Yeah, eventually I will. That's just kind of what happens. But
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I can't, if I do them individually. I mean, I could do like, geez, man, I got like 4 months of freaking SKL giveaways here if I keep doing. But I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
no, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I was like, I was waiting to do a 7,500 subscriber giveaway. Things were going slow, so I was like, all right, I'll just do a 7,000 and whatever. And then I'm like, I got all these roads. I was like, no. When I hit 7,500, I'm giving these away. I'm giving them all.
Wow, that's a lot of knives.
Somebody's gonna win. There's 9 of them. Somebody's gonna win the entire line. As a matter of fact, when people see this, the giveaway should be live. It's going live Friday morning, so
That's awesome. Very
it should
cool.
be live. And
So,
I
guys,
made
if you
sure,
haven't checked it out, go over to BigRedEDC
absolutely.
and check it out and get in on it
But okay, I should
and,
say,
and
because
share it.
I want to be clear. There's 8 Rosecraft knives
Right. And a CGRB.
and a CJRB, but it is the Mormalia from Swags. They're exclusive. It's the Rosecraft exclusive
Right.
one.
Right. So it is a
So
Rosecraft knife, technically. I mean, it's
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
So.
in a way. See, that's when I first said that. I was like, the whole line, and I was like,
Yeah.
and somebody said, but what about the Mormalia? And I'm like, okay, the entire Rosecraft, you know what I mean? You know, because technically it is a CJRB. And then they were awesome when I said that. They got a hold of it immediately, and they're like, "No, trust me, we will send you a Mormalia. So
Okay,
you got
that's
them all." And I'm
awesome.
like, "All right, cool." So it's the entire, however you want to look at it, it's all of them.
That's awesome.
So
And but it's cool. I know, like you said, things have been going a little slow, but I'm really happy that you went over 7,500. That's really cool, and I'm glad you can do that giveaway. That's awesome.
oh yeah,
That's a big giveaway. That's a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it
So
is.
for me, I went over 6,500 just a couple days ago. So very happy about that as well. So
Absolutely.
the growth is doing really good. Let's see. I got more stuff on my list here. New knives this month. I happen to have one of them in my pocket today. So let's see. I know you got one of these as well. So the Jack Wolf knife for the month of November was the whatever Cyborg. Wow, Casey,
Cyborg.
get it out of your head. Yeah, really cool knife. I just dig it. And, you know, this one in particular, I just love the look of the black micarta. I don't know
Hmm.
why, but just looks really good on this knife. And by Friday, everybody will have seen, in case you didn't see it since you've been up, the announcement of this month's next month
The
Jack Wolf
Venom.
knife, which is the Venom. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I know that one came out. And yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, when I first saw it, I wasn't sure of how it was going to feel in my hand. And
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
get it in hand and you're like, holy crap. I mean, this might be the best one ergonomically.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So, and then
Absolutely.
let's see what other, of course, new Finch knife this month. And of course it's up in my box and he's got it. Okay. We'll let you be the guy. Cause mine's up in the box. I told you I wasn't prepared. So that is the Finch
Well, here
Reciprocity.
I'll do this. I'll do this. I got this one here. So
Okay, he's got the blue one. Okay.
I'll do this one. I'll do
Good.
this one.
Thank you. It's up in the box. Sorry. I'm a big
No,
letdown.
that freaking Tidal Blue is amazing.
It
It really
is.
is. It's beautiful. It's a
So,
beautiful.
they've done resin before, but there's something about that one because it's different shades of blue rather
Oh
than
yeah,
two different
absolutely,
colors. Like
absolutely.
in the smoke resin, you had black and white, which is
Yeah,
quite contrasty. And in that,
yeah.
which one was it that had the banana, the yellow and black? I
Oh,
think
the
it was.
Roadrunner. The
Yeah, the
Roadrunner
Roadrunner.
had
Yeah,
that.
I mean they were good looking, but this with just the different tones of blue
Oh yeah.
is awesome.
Oh, yeah,
Awesome.
it is. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous knife, and I mean, they're and it's not stopping anytime soon. I mean,
I
they just
agree.
announced they're killing me, but that's fine. That's fine.
That
If they do,
ironwood.
I'll die happy because yeah, that Ironwood Chernobyl ant looks
Yeah.
amazing.
And coming back out with more of the glow resin
Slow
ones as
resin. Yep.
well. So, but
Yep.
that ironwood, what I like about the ironwood, one of my favorite looks of wood is a really deep grain pattern, but
Mm-hmm.
then a nice, like a lacquer finish
Mm-hmm.
that just looks really, and you can see from those pictures, it's just a deep, dark, like
It's got
smoky
some really
looking wood
dark
grain.
grain
And
in
then
it from
it's
the
got
pictures.
this really smooth, shiny looking
Mm-hmm.
finish to it. So I can't, I think that's going to be,
Yeah.
ironwood is a great looking knife handle. It
Oh
really
yeah.
is.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm really well, Finch has done a lot to me as far as knives go. They made me buy white knives, which I never thought I would do. But you know, and but they're really making me appreciate the wood handles more. Really, they are with what they're coming up with, and
Right.
I mean, and we're seeing a few more wood
Well,
handles, which is awesome, which
all
is
right.
good.
Hold on. You keep talking for a second. Hold on. I'm going to do this because, again, I'm a bad host, but I want to
Got,
show something now.
oh, where's that one? Oh, I
All
got
right.
this one
Headphones
too.
back on.
I'll
Everything's.
show this one. I'll show the black. I'll show the carbon fiber too.
Oh, nice.
Got that one.
So what I was going to talk about was the bamboo 1920. I mean, excuse me, not bamboo, olive wood,
Yeah,
1929.
yeah.
That thing is fantastic.
I really like the see, and that's just it. And quite the contrast because olive wood is fairly light for the most part,
Right.
but then you've got the ebony and the ironwoods that have
Right.
those really dark patterns on them, which.
All right, here this is. I feel better now.
But it's nice, and I really, really am. Not that I didn't before, because we've had some pretty good looking knives on the channel that were wood, olive wood, but they're just kind of making me appreciate them even more. Yep. And I've gotten a few more comments about it too. That wow, I wish more people would use a little bit more wood. So hopefully that's something we'll maybe see. I think Civivi has started with a little bit more wooden handles, so that's good. That's good.
And then other new knives for me in the month. Wow, oh, you know what? It's packed up in my anyway. So I can't show that knife because it's packed. But I got the Protec Mordax this month in blue, and that thing it's the Caviso exclusive with the blue machined handles and really, really gorgeous. What about you this month, JB? Let me off the hook here since I'm not prepared and don't have everything.
Well, we were kind of talking about slip joints. I mean, this one just came in.
Very cool.
And I have been schooled on my dialect. This is not the Appalachian Jack. It is the Appalachia Jack. So
okay.
So that's
So I wasn't going to correct you. On this side of the coast, we call it Appalachian Mountain Range, not Appalachian.
Right.
So, but yeah, I wasn't going to do it to you.
I was even schooled that there wasn't even an N on it. It was just on Appalachia. So there. So there we go. I got it. I've been fixed. But for a $35 knife, this is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and very much so.
It's kind of cool because it's based on a 100-year-old pattern. And I've heard that the pry, supposedly, they used to send out cigars in these boxes, and the boxes were nailed shut, and they would send out a knife with them, and that's how they pried the boxes open. Truth, I don't know. I'm just going by
that
story.
Sounds legit to me.
Yeah, that sounds cool. It's a cool story. So hey,
we'll take it.
I'm willing to go with it. But for $35, And that's the thing. I mean, I'll speak for me, because trust me, we hear a lot about Jack Wolf knives, don't we? We hear a lot
Yeah, we
about
do.
that on both ends of the
Yes, we
spectrum.
do.
But you know what?
I'm not gonna go there,
I
JB.
know, I know, I
But
know.
yes, we do. We do.
But and no disrespect to Ben at all. They're his, and I'll say it. I say it all the time. Those are the best made slip joints on the market. They are.
Yep.
Absolutely. I don't care how much they cost. They are.
Yep.
But I can get just as excited about this knife as I can about a Jack Wolf. Why? I like a well-made knife. And they're both, for their price points, are very well-made knives.
Understood. Yep.
So yeah. So there you go. There's my I'll jump off my soapbox for a
No,
minute.
there's no soapbox. That was just
But yeah,
pretty
I do.
cool,
I mean,
actually.
this is a really nice knife. It's a really nice knife, and I'm very, very happy to have it.
Yep. It's beautiful. The covers are beautiful.
Yeah, it's that polished micarta, you know.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
like the way it looks. I mean, I think it looks pretty fantastic, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, JB, since you got on your soapbox, let's just do this. So, here's the funny thing, and I say this in my comments every day. It's not a joke. I literally make this reply to somebody every day, and the reply is this: I am very thankful that there is a great variety of knives available, and that there is something for everyone, and to each their own. And that's exactly the way I feel about it. It's, I like to say my collection is kind of all over the place.
So can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Too bad a lot of times there's not a lot of reciprocity in what you just said. You like how I did that? You
I
like how
agree.
I threw that in there?
I totally agree. It's
Yeah.
I wish. So here's the way I feel about it. I think what we do puts some people in an awkward mood. And what I mean by that is we show knives in all the price ranges. So, I mean, I show knives upwards of, $300, $350. I had a knife here last week that is sitting with you right now, a $680 knife. And I show knives all the way down to $8 blueberry, stomping berry, and I show them everywhere in between. And I do, we all do everything we can to get more budget knives in than we do other things, but it still ends up being all over the place. Right now, I've got two budget knives coming from White Mountain Knives that'll be here next week. I've got, I try very hard to keep budget content coming, but I'm going to show, matter of fact, look right over my shoulder here. That's a $600 knife sitting right there. The Hoback Summit.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's there's knives in my collection. That Mordax, that Prodeck Mordax is a $280 knife. It's, I treat myself sometimes and I get some things in that price range. And then, obviously I've been making, which we'll talk about in a minute, I've been making my knives in a more budget friendly range, the pinion and now the microburst, to a point that, people can afford them, and I get it. But what I guess I would say, based on your comment about reciprocity, it would be interesting to see if, those people could just be happy in the price range that they're in and be okay with that, because I think what happens sometimes is some people, not all of them, some would probably prefer that we don't review anything above their price range. And that's just, that's not how I'm trying to appeal to more people, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it's, I get it. If you can't afford it, then just appreciate the pictures of it, the video of it. Maybe it's not,
or don't. It really doesn't bother me either way.
And I say to people, and I've said this before too, you don't have to watch every video. If you see one and it's a $680 knife, you don't have to watch it. I got busted yesterday by somebody asking about the Hoback Axe, which is now with Scab.
Mm-hmm.
And I think well, no, it may already be on its way to Bob the Knife Junkie. But anyway, my point is, well, somebody said, well, how much is that? Well, first of all, I said it in the review, but it was $485. And their reply was, why in the world would you even review something like that? So because they literally, they sent me an email. They go, we got this new product. We would like for you to check it out, and we would like to get your feedback on it. Okay, so let's do another example here. Here's another example. All right. So I've got this right here, which was just on sale from Olight for what, $50 on the, but I've also got this that was sent by Olight to Kevin and then to me. And this is like a $200 flashlight. So hopefully there's going to be one that appeals to you.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. Right. And again, I just ordered some that are, I got a bunch of i3Ts on the sale because they were down to $14 a piece.
Yeah.
So for giveaways and stuff, and so what I'm trying to say is feel comfortable in your price range, guys. I didn't buy a Strix because I just couldn't get the money out to do that. I am going to be, there's some other stuff that's more expensive, like Kevin's Urban EDC Barley. I'm going to be buying one of those. I absolutely guarantee it. I will mortgage my house. No, I will do whatever it takes to get that knife. I don't know. I don't ever want to make somebody feel bad that they can't afford something, but at the same point, I really want to provide the content for everybody.
Exactly.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just, yeah. I mean, as well as I do, you put yourself out there and there's just going to be, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. No. And I'm glad that every one of those people are in the community. I'm glad that every one of them participates. But just understand, not every piece of content is aimed at you. It's just not, no matter who you are. By the way, I've gotten it the other way around as well. People that like the more bougie knives going, why are you reviewing Rough Riders all the time? And I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah. So you're never going to win. You're never going to win. You're never going to make everybody happy. And you know what? I don't try. I show because that's what I want to show. And if you watch it, great. If not, okay, I get it.
All right. So going back to November, another something that happened this month was Original Goat sent us both these amazing scales for the
over there.
Hogue Decas. You're good. I got one. I got you covered this time. Wow, look, I did something right. So there's these great expanded metal aluminum scales. They are beautiful, man. These things are awesome. And for me, I like the black blade and the black hardware, and that it just looks so good. They did a fantastic job.
And I'll be perfectly honest with you. I like them a lot more than I thought I would. I did. I liked them more than I thought I would. Yep. They contacted me and they said, hey, we got this stuff coming out. They contacted me and said, hey, we got this stuff coming out. Would you mind taking a look at it and giving us your thoughts on it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah, why wouldn't I? I mean, I think anybody would.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, because I'm more of a micarta, that type. I do have, obviously, I do have some metal knives in my collection because I like them. Mach 51 by 1. But anyway.
You have some Protex and of course.
But I did. I liked it a lot. I like those scales a lot more than I was expecting to. I guess that's a good way to put it. They're very, very nice scales. Very well done. Very well built.
I agree with that. So what else you got from November before I move on to anything else?
Well, we've had a few Vosteeds in. I mean, I got the Raccoon right now,
you had the Thunderbird, I remember that.
I had the Thunderbird, and got this one in. This is a very interesting knife. Only in some of the chats, I think supposedly, I don't know, I guess button locks are out now. I don't know. Who knew? I didn't get the memo.
They're definitely. I don't think it's slowing down anytime soon. They can
So,
say
yeah.
that. I saw the same one you're talking about, and it's
Yeah,
definitely.
so I
They're
mean,
not
whatever.
done.
Yeah, I wasn't at the meeting.
I mean,
so.
look at all the new versions of the Pyrite that just dropped on White Mountain Knives this week.
That I just got one
and
in.
more originals and the original XL and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the Lago. I just got the Lago from CJRB. We got the Raccoon and the Thunderbird, which I tell you what,
new Elementum that's coming out. And,
yeah. So whether they're in anymore or not, you're probably gonna see a few. So anyway,
fun.
got that one in, and I've got one here.
I
that
like
I'm
the
just,
look of that one, and you know what's funny is
it's just
Kunwu announced that new knife they're coming out with, and I think those blades look really similar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, now these are flat. These are flat scales. There's not really any contour to them. But overall, it's not bad at all. I'm digging it. And let's see what else. Oh, the SOG. I bought another SOG. Yeah. I'm still trying, man. And it's interesting.
Oh wow, but it sucks back in pretty good. That's good.
Oh yeah, the action it's really weird because if you pull all the way back.
Oh.
So you got to let go. You got to get your timing down, and it just takes a little bit of. But,
this is like a momentary. Yeah, I got.
Yeah. So I'm still trying with SOG, Studies and Observation Group, whatever you want to call them now.
So my only comment on that one would be with the fake edge on the top there is.
Oh, it's not fake.
Oh, it's sharpened at the tip, but not all the way.
Yeah, that tip is sharp. No, it's not sharpened all the way. The tip
but
is
what
sharpened.
I was saying is you don't want to put your thumb up there because it's.
Well, that's one of the things I'm going to end up talking about. Yeah, it is dagger ground. It absolutely is. And to get out on that edge, no, it's not sharpened all the way back here. That tip is sharpened on both sides, which probably makes it illegal here because it's two-sided. Even though it's only about, what is it? Maybe
less than an inch.
It's less than a half inch, even.
Okay.
I mean, it's just the tip.
Makes it tactical though in many ways.
Yeah. So there again, dumb knife law. But anyway, I like this. Okay, what else? I'll like it for the price I got it. I got it on their Black Friday sale. If I'd have paid full price for it, I'm not sure I'd have liked it as much. And that's just me. And there you go. We're going back to price, right? But that does play. That is a factor. That is definitely a factor in a lot of things. And you're going to hear that on a couple of knives recently because I picked them up because they were on sale. That was the. I probably wouldn't have picked them up otherwise, and that's just me. Trust me.
I don't.
I'm in the same boat as everybody else. It's not like, well, what's the famous all that China knife money. Man, if I keep doing this for another 150 years, I might be able to afford that Lamborghini.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, but anyway, sorry, get off the soapbox again. Anyway.
That's why we love having you on, man. This is
awesome. But yeah, anyway, it's not a bad knife at all. But there's a couple of things. I'll mention.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, for me, of course, we had more pinions this month, and they are still available on the website. And this was a jade one that is now that tropical teal. Very cool. It looks better in the sunlight, but it looks pretty cool. Came out good.
I still haven't dyed mine.
You haven't? Did you see Tim B's?
Yeah.
Didn't that inspire you?
That Scarlet? Yeah, no, that was good. His
is a little more deep red. I think you'd probably go for the more bright red, right?
I'll go for probably I got the racing red back there. I got the bottle. It's right there. It's waiting.
Well, get it done.
Well, I mean, like I said, the base is closed today, so
there you go.
I might not go to work. I think our command is still wanting us to come in, but looking at my driveway, it's like this, and it's dang near solid ice at the moment. I don't think I'm going anywhere. So there you go.
Doesn't look that way.
So,
And then just a couple days ago in November, we just had the microburst prototypes arrive. By the way, I'm going to mention this every time I show it. There will be a lefty clip option. Just was an oversight in the prototype process. It definitely will have a screw and slots, just like you have over here. By the way, they did a fantastic job on the pinion. The screw sticks up just a little bit. In this case, that screw is gone.
okay.
And it's kind of because it's a taller handle and it allows it gets a little thicker at that point, so there's a
Right.
little more room to seat the screw down in there.
But that doesn't.
But I'm happy with these
It
3.2
doesn't stick
ounces.
up. It doesn't stick
No,
up
just
that
a
much.
tiny, just it's because it's a rounded screw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's not. Sure. Okay. I always say recessed screws. Yeah, absolutely. I do like to. It just gives it a cleaner look, but that's not bad. That's
nope,
not bad at
no,
all.
and it's never going to cause you an issue. And of course, there's the black blade one with the black hardware. Came out really, really nice. I'm excited. So my plan at this point, JB, is January. I don't know where in January yet, but I'm probably going to do a pre-order in January when I have time next week. These are going to start going out to reviewers, including yourself, to get your thoughts on them. At this moment in time, I have one change and one question. My change is put a clip on the clip screw and slots on this side, and I just want to make sure it looks like they may have used the smaller bearings instead of the same ones I used on the pinion. So I
Okay.
want to just make sure they use the right size bearings. If they didn't, we're going to go to the 5mm 1/16, which are swappable with skiff bearings.
Gotcha.
So that's it. I mean, so far I'm very happy. And for a small knife, for me to be happy with the small knife, something's got to be good on it. And it's basically this. It's ergonomically, it just feels wonderful in the hand because of the choil. So two and a
Right.
half inch blade, 3 inch, well, 3 inch blade, 2.5 inch cutting edge, and 4 inch handle. So came
Well,
out came out pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, pops right out of there. It's kind
I'm
of
excited to look. I'm excited to look at it.
got a Rhea thing going on here. Bam, just flies out of there. So I don't know. I want to hear you guys. I thought about dialing the detent back ever so slightly, but then when I do this, I realize no, I don't want to go any less than that. I think it's more about the positioning of the thumb studs and getting used to it. So I just
Mhm.
want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. But I don't think I want to go any lighter on the detent. I think they're well tuned. Kubi really gets that. And man, JB, I was telling you this earlier. I have been nonstop cutting with this thing. I have really enjoyed it as a slicer, really thin, and with that tip, you can still get down in stuff.
It's high
You,
flat, right?
yeah,
It's not
it
full
is.
flat.
It's high flat.
High flat.
It's you just got the swedge up here. That's it. And we did leave the swedge a little fat, so you still have room to get your thumb up here if you want. It's not bad, but the money is right there where the jimping is. Look, guys, jimping. What do you think, JB? There's jimping on my knife. What is wrong with me? The next thing I wanted to talk about is this right here. I wanted to talk about
Oh yeah.
Brian. Brian is killing it, guys. He launched in November. Now you're seeing this. You still have time. The 1,000th sale giveaway.
Mhm.
Huge
Mhm.
packages.
Oh yeah.
Three packages. He's narrowed it down to. And you want to get in on that. So go to Blue Creek Knives at the top of the page. Click on 1,000th order giveaway and enter. And he's going to do that right here on the Knives Fast channel. He's going to give it away with this guy and Brian. We're going to be on December 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we will pick winners, pick 3 winners. So Brian will share his screen and he'll actually do the drawings for that. So that'll be really cool.
And the Knife Nerd Club.
Oh yeah, go
We
ahead.
can't forget about that.
Tell us
That's
about it.
Well, I mean, you guys know I love the sub boxes. I mean, I've always have a lot of fun with them, and you know, some have gone away, which I was a little bit bummed about. But here comes Brian, and he's screaming into I mean, he's just done a fantastic job. He just really has. he's gotten himself really involved with the community, which is fantastic.
Right.
And I think in this day and age, you know, he's a small dealer. He
Very.
absolutely is. He absolutely is a one-man shop. And anytime you see his videos, there's his inventory right behind him. So I mean, but he's a knife guy that owns a shop.
Yep. That's what we
He's
talked
not,
about Monday night when he was
yeah,
on.
exactly.
He's a knife guy that wanted to sell knives. Yeah.
Right.
So.
And it shows. It shows. And that's the one thing that people always comment on my, you know, Blue Creek videos is like, man, I ordered a knife and I swear to God, I had a tracking number like within a half hour. You know, if he's not on shift at the fire station, that's pretty much how it rolls. And he does. He's making it. He's just on it. And I'm really, really excited about the Knife Nerd Club. If you don't know, it's a subscription box. It's $39.99 a month. There's the patch. Mine's up there. Mine is up there.
I see it.
But it's not gonna be fluff. Nice. There you go. It's not gonna be fluff. It's not gonna be, you know, I think what I heard him say, and I'm pretty sure, and you can correct me or either confirm or deny, however you want to do it, that, you know, he's like, the value is definitely going to be more than $39.99. For $39, you're probably not going to get a $300 item. You know, cost effectiveness would just go out the window at that point. But he wants to give you a decent value product for your money. And that's the one thing that I found in subscription boxes that, you know, what I like about some is when they say, okay, you can go to my shop and you can buy this for $40. That's the value, not the $65 that the manufacturer says. You know, they blow up numbers and they fluff. You know, I don't think we're going to see that from Brian. Right. I don't know for sure. I don't expect to, because I just don't see Brian operating that way. But you're going to get some good stuff, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you like it, cool. If you don't, I understand. They're not for everybody. Absolutely not.
I think what's cool about the way he's doing it, though, is it won't be the same thing every month. Like one month it might be a knife, one month there might not be a knife. There might be a flashlight or
absolutely
whatever.
Absolutely.
And I think that'll be
or
really cool.
You know, one month it might be he's like knife maintenance products, like you know, oils, cloths, whatever the case may be. He's trying to make it a well-rounded. It's not just knife, it's EDC, and anything you may use in your use with your EDC products, I guess, for lack of a better term, because the brain's not clicking as well.
No, you're not awake yet.
So
did you have coffee yet? I didn't ask that.
I have, yeah. It's gone though, and I need
more. It's gone.
You need more. But
hey, Bo, bring some coffee.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Bo's downstairs like, no.
even if he could, he wouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah, no. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't wait. And you know, he even extended the whole T-shirt thing pretty much through the whole like Cyber Monday, didn't he? Because it was just going to be on Friday, he extended it out a little bit. He kind of forgot about our codes, and he kind of left them up for a little bit longer than what.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't? He kind of, because it was supposed to be just on Black Friday, but it kind of
went on.
But so I just kind of laughed about that. But it was, so you're gonna get a founding member T-shirt if you ordered. I'm pretty sure it was the Black Friday weekend. We'll just say it. And you know, I think knowing Brian, he might even, you know, he's awesome. He's an awesome guy.
Yep. And Monday night, he told Rusty had just signed up, and he told Rusty he'd get him a shirt. I'll figure it out. I'll get you a shirt. You might not get it right away, but I'll get you a shirt.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just what he does. And
he does.
Dude. And trust me, when he says, if you want something that's not in the store, ask him about it.
Yep.
I've done it. I have done it. And he's like, oh, that sounds like a good one. Maybe I should get some of those for the store. You know, so he does. And it's not just because I'm wearing this or I have an affiliate code. That's how he is. That's how he is.
I agree.
If he can make it work for you, he will. I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt about it.
I just threw my patch on the floor. That's not good.
What'd you do that for?
I don't know.
At least you have yours. Mine is on the wall.
Yep. So guys, check out Blue Creek Knives, and
Absolutely.
since we're both here, I'll tell you, you can go get 10% off with either code BigRedEDC or code Knives Fast. Either they're written right here on the screen. You can use either one of those and get 10% off.
To save some money.
Yeah, save some money, guys. Very, very much so. If you haven't noticed, we tend to gravitate towards situations where you're going to get a better price, and
try as much as possible.
Yeah, and sometimes stores or whatever aren't in a position to do it, and I understand that, but it is what it is,
Absolutely.
And again, don't forget, if you go to Blue Creek Knives and use the code, there are items that you cannot get the 10% off, including
that is correct,
including Finch knives. So
that is correct.
Don't forget that little caveat there. So really, really cool. But so what else, JB? We're about to run out of time here, and I'm going to have to get moving. But
okay,
what anything else from the month of November that I've forgotten, or you've forgotten, or I mean, well, there's one big thing that we haven't talked about. Nebraska's got a new head coach, Matt Rule.
Yeah, and we'll see how that goes.
And Liberty lost our coach, and we're trying to hire one. And Scott Frost is on the list I've been seeing. So yeah, there you go. You can have him, says JB.
No, that sucks. I
don't think that's.
Trust me, I wanted things to work out for him, but it just didn't.
He's a good dude, man, and he was a great player, phenomenal player. I'm sure you Nebraska folks will always have a fond memory of him as a player.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was a great player, and Liberty has some ties to Nebraska. Turner Gill having been a coach, and so
wasn't he wasn't the AD there, was he?
He was the head coach here.
Yeah, he was head coach, but he never was the AD, right? No.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Anything else from November?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think that too.
I mean, yeah, there was all sorts of reviews and stuff like that. Anything else that really, really jumps out at me? I'm sure I'm missing something.
I'm sure you are, and I'm sure I are too. So, guys, put down in the comments what we're missing from November that was important to you, and
absolutely
let us know. Again, this will go live on Friday, and I won't be watching it when it goes live, so I'll be busy. But JB might watch 5 minutes of it or something just to make sure it sounds good. I don't know, I'm just kidding. You guys check it out and have fun. But we always, I don't know if you guys notice or not, I think JB and I have fun coming on here and just jawing a little bit. And obviously not completely about knives. We talk about trees sometimes, and trees. Snow and trees, and sometimes we talk about food.
I did like that video I sent you, though. This is the definition of yuck. Snow is the definition of yuck for me. Yes,
I would agree.
I'm not a fan.
I
looks. I always say this. It looks really pretty on the mountains. It looks absolutely gorgeous on the mountains. It does. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I agree.
Stay there.
Yep.
Don't come here.
I think. I hope I have not a new truck, but I have a truck this year. So I hope we have one small snowstorm that goes away in a day, but that I can get around and play in my truck and then be done with it. So that's all why are you laughing at me? I want to go play in my truck.
I'll give you that. The snow that did fall was perfect snowball snow. I do have to say that. It was perfect snowball snow.
You need one of those things I've been seeing on some of the YouTube ads where it looks like tongs, but you put it down in the snow and go like this, and it looks like a duck or a snowman or whatever. You just push it together.
No, I don't. I don't need that. I don't need that because I don't need any reason to use something like that.
Ever.
No.
Maybe you could put it in your mashed potatoes and make a mashed potato duck instead.
I would rather do that.
I do hate snow.
I do too.
I worked in TV news for 26 years and had to be in working when everybody else was home playing in the snow. So everybody be like, "Oh, don't you love snow? You can sled with your kids." I said, "My kids are home sledding and I'm at work.
Yeah.
What do you want?" So
Yeah.
driving people around in 4-wheel drive vehicles. So that's what I was doing. But and scraping satellite dishes and sidewalks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
big satellite dishes with 20-foot long poles.
No thanks. No
Yep.
thanks.
That lots and lots of fun. Not. So anyway, but guys, I really appreciate everybody being here and checking it out. Sorry I couldn't do it live. Again, let's talk about this tonight, of course. This is going up on Friday. You got Bees Blades live. You probably have Metal Complex. Then on Saturday, you got JB here with Saturday Night Live at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. I actually got that right. There's other lives on Saturday. I always get them all confused. Check your local listings, also known as Scott N. Yeah. So, and My Knife Journey. And don't forget Sunday, we got RJ, we got Tri-State, we got Zach, we got Peter and Christine. And of course, we've got our friend Justin and Molly, OCD for EDC. And then Monday night, again, for those of you that missed the beginning, KF Live with Brandon Corbin of Corbin Steelworks, WRX. If you're going to look him up on Instagram, it's Corbin Steelworks with a WRX at the end instead of works. But someday, JB, you were talking about Lamborghini. Someday I want a Brandon Corbin custom knife. And I do think they are in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. But he's putting materials into them that are phenomenal. But one of the main reasons I wanted him to have him on is he's a cool dude. I've talked to him a few times. He's given me some advice. And because of this collab he's got coming up, that'll be much closer to our price ranges with Null Knives. So looking forward to talking about that very much so.
Absolutely.
But anything special on SKL Saturday or just normal
special?
SKL?
I mean, yeah,
it's always
to
special.
me. They're always special. I mean, no, seriously, and it's not a cliche. It's
no,
really
I got
not,
you.
because I always have fun with them. I always have fun talking to everybody. Am I going to show anything outlandish, outrageous? Well, there might be.
Yeah.
One thing that, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It's really cool. And that'll definitely be on. And yeah.
Just do what I do. And my video comes up Friday. Will have come up this morning when people are seeing this on that knife. And just remind people that there are cheaper options than the one you're holding in your hand. That's what I kept doing. But it is, I'm really glad that I got to see the bougie one. Oh, and I want to say something.
Oh, okay.
There were several people that kind of, we're going to go back to the soapbox again, Jimmy.
Okay.
That kind of ragged on me or ragged on QSP more than anything for the Rhino. Why would they do this? Why would they make it so bougie? Why would they put the Damascus, blah, blah, blah? Guess what? I went on White Mountain Knives last night, and they are out of stock on several of them that were in stock. So people are buying them just like I thought they would. Now, you might not be buying them, but there are people that do like the Damascus and all the crazy bougie stuff, and they're selling. So,
well, trust me, do I run out and buy everything that I show on this channel? Absolutely not.
No,
it's not possible.
No, it's not.
No matter what the price level is.
Right now, I need to sell. Right now, I need to sell some. So, there's several knives coming up that I'm interested in, and I'm like, I gotta, So Kevin's killing me between the growler about to come out and the Urban EDC barley. I've got to definitely have some money available for those. After having the barley, which will be on its way to you soon as well, once he actually sends it to you. But anyway,
I think he just did.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I basically he was only going to have it at home for a day to put the slip with it and then send it right back to you. So
he sent me a
I'm impressed. I'm impressed. It's a slicer. It is a slicer. So, but I gotta go, and I really appreciate you having you on here. And let's see some red scales on your pinion here before too long. And I'm just gonna keep bugging you about that. But yeah, and I'll get probably next week. One of these will be headed your way, most likely. I didn't get time this week to take pictures.
Oh, yeah.
So next week, I'll take some pictures and then I'll get them headed out to people. I will tell you that right now, I think I'm probably the only person that's ever going to have the joy of owning the milled, because the vote so far has been heavily skewed toward I'd rather have smooth scales.
Yeah, I saw some comments about it. The people like the milling and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I will be perfectly honest with you.
It's not your thing, I know.
Aesthetically, I like the plain micarta. I do.
You're weird. No, I'm just kidding. I like it because it gives me that vibe of the rain, the microburst.
Sure,
But
absolutely.
and of course, some people had to come in and tell me it looks like tire tread. Whatever. So to those of you that said that, thank you for brightening my day with your opinion. No, I'm just kidding. But it will most likely end up being the plain, if I can talk. And you will have, again, I'm going to say it again, I'm going to say it over and over again, you will have a screw and slots for the clip to be on the left side. Just a complete oversight in the process. So
well,
it is what it is. But
sure.
anyway, thank you, JB. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And don't forget all the live streams and all the goodness. So give us a thumbs up and a comment down below. And JB, thank you, brother. And thanks, everyone, for watching the Knives Fast channel. I just realized I have KF Live in the corner up there. This is not live. But anyway, whatever. You know what it is. All right. Thanks, guys. See you later.